Coming up on 7 News, fall enrollment numbers at Northwesterns have been reported. Are there more students on campus than last year?
Plus, Homecoming 2011 has come and gone, but a lot took place during this packed 3-day event. We have a recap.
Also, a Northwestern student has been hospitalized following an accident on his way to Northwestern's homecoming parade. Details ahead.
These stories plus a detailed interview regarding the importance of donating blood. Keep it here. 7 News starts now.
From the campus of Northwestern Oklahoma State University, honored by the Oklahoma Broadcast Education Association 2 years in a row for the best collegiate newscast in Oklahoma, this is 7 News.
Hello and thank you for choosing 7 News today. I'm Janelle Mitchell.
And I'm Shailene Jones. Our story today focuses on Northwestern's fall enrollment numbers. Student enrollment numbers are still strong in Northwestern. Initial reports show that fall enrollment numbers are near the same as last fall, around 2,300 students on all 3 campuses. Enrollment did slightly drop, about 1.6%, but the number of credit hours being taken by students is virtually unchanged. Even though there are 45 less students enrolled on the Alva campus this semester, the dorms are still filled to capacity. Northwestern's Woodward campus continues to see growth, while the Enid campus lost over 50 students. President Janet Cunningham tells us that the decline in Enid has been happening for several years, and they are currently looking at ideas to improve the process to serve a greater number of students.
An important part of homecoming every year is the Ranger football game. The game kicked off at 3 on Saturday this year against Missouri Science and Technology. The Rangers received a big victory after a hard-fought battle against the NCAA Division II team. The final score was 22-17. The Rangers' next game will be this Saturday here at Ranger Field, kicking off at 2.
Every year, Northwestern's Ranger royalty is voted on for several weeks on campus and are then announced at the homecoming football game. The Ranger Queen candidates this year were Callie Crisp, Carmen Sander, and Whitney Grover. Ranger King candidates were Kyle Bentley and Michael Hebert. Freshman Queen this year is Kayla Harrington from Perry. Kayla is a nursing major and a member of the Ranger Cheer Squad. The winners of Ranger royalty were Ranger King, Michael Hebert, a junior from Ringwood, majoring in biology, and Ranger Queen, Whitney Grover, a sophomore from Byron, who is studying psychology and computer science. The 60th Miss Cinderella pageant took place this last Thursday and Friday. 19 high school senior women from Oklahoma and Kansas competed for the title. On Thursday night, the girls all performed their talents and came back on Friday night to compete in evening gown competition. At the end of the pageant, the top 5 winners were announced. First runner-up was Ashton Blewett, Miss Timberlake. Second runner was Nicey Goldmeyer, Miss South Barber. The third runner-up was Shayna Hamilton, Miss Visai. And the fourth runner-up was Skylar Birdsall, Miss Medford. Allison Meanders of Woodward was crowned the 2011 Miss Cinderella. Meanders performed a lyrical dance and won the talent award portion of the pageant, along with receiving the interview award. All of the contestants in Miss Cinderella received a 1-year tuition scholarship to Northwestern Alva.
On September 17th, Northwestern's theater group Castle Players traveled to Joplin, Missouri to help aid in relief efforts. The students ran into some rainy conditions, but they didn't let that stop them from working. 7 News reporter Becky Burke has the details.
This past May, Joplin was hit by one of the biggest tornadoes in tornado history. Since then, volunteers have been pouring in from across the country. 20 of Northwestern's own made the trip to Joplin. Castle Player members, Phi Delta members, and other student volunteers stayed at the Royal Heights Methodist Church. After 4 months, there's still so much work left to be done. The missions coordinator for Royal Heights Methodist Church, Nate Starmer, says that volunteers like the Northwestern students are vital to Joplin.
Thousands that have come through have done everything from picking up pieces of people's lives, salvaging what they could as far as materials and personal items, but also carrying things to the curb. It's a tough task to carry your own home and your own personal items to a curb. Volunteers made it possible for people not to have to necessarily deal with that.
The rainy conditions on Saturday led the students to do work inside at Misty's Mission. Students sorted through boxes of clothes and shoes that were donated to Misty's Mission. Junior Castle Player member Josie Hasenauer says that the experience has opened her eyes and was an emotional one.
It really puts some realistic perspective on disaster and what it really means when it says when it's hit home. And everything is so much more realistic. You can actually feel the disaster. You can pick up the cement that used to be this foundation, and you can, I guess, just see how there's nothing there.
On Sunday, the rain subsided just long enough for the Castle players to start moving foundation. When the rain started back up, that didn't stop them from working. The Castle players enjoyed their time in Joplin and are looking forward to returning in the near future to volunteer once again. For 7 News, I'm Becky Burke.
The Northwestern students are planning to go back to Joplin this spring. If you are interested in volunteering, please contact Kimberly Weist. Her office is located in the Fine Arts Building, room 330.
In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, Northwestern will celebrate 4 different events. Last Tuesday, there was a piñata breaking on the 5th floor. On the 5th, an assistant professor of criminal justice at the University of Illinois Springfield will speak about keys to success for children of undocumented immigrants. Ortez will be in the Education Center, room 108, from 7 to 8 that evening. On Tuesday, October 11th, from 11 until 2, there'll be salsa tasting on the 1st floor of Fine Arts Building. Also, the Hispanic Heritage Library exhibit is currently on display and will end October 15th.
Northwestern's Fine Arts Department is preparing for their first theater production for this fall.
Also, the Big Cruise and Car Show was recently held in Alva. If you missed it, we have the story.
Keep it here. We'll be right back.
We can all be energy savers. It's easy. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off electronics and appliances when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Learn more at energy.gov/kids.
Did you know that getting up and getting active for just 60 minutes a day is all it takes to help you get stronger, look better, and feel great?
Or that fresh fruits and veggies aren't just healthier and crunchier, they can taste better too?
Eating better and getting more active is easier than you think.
Yeah! Keep watching for some fun and easy ways to discover the magic of healthy living in your life.
America.
Let's get healthy together!
In the fast-paced world we live in, you deserve to get your news when and how you want it.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
7 News, the Northwestern News, and RangerPulse.com. Bringing you the news any way you want it.
Welcome back. A Northwestern student is in critical condition at the OU Medical Center in Oklahoma City after flipping his truck on Saturday, headed to the homecoming parade here in Alva.
Kyle Enos flipped his truck multiple times and was thrown from his truck during the one vehicle accident. Enos is being treated for a broken pelvis and nose, as well as a fractured jaw. According to the police reports, there was no alcohol involved. Speed was the factor that caused Enos to lose control.
Northwestern theater students will open the curtains on their fall production next week. The Effects of Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds will open next Thursday, October 13th. The show starts at 7:30. The production is student-directed by senior speech and theater major Christy Benson. The students are continuing to prepare for the busy week ahead. Rehearsals are in full swing for all the women cast leading up to the opening night. The theater is full of noise as students continue to work on finishing up the set. The show will be on stage next Thursday and Friday at 7:30 and Saturday afternoon at 2. Tickets for the show will be available at the door. In news around Alva, the Big Cruise and Car Show took place several weeks ago. 7 News reporter Megan Mayhall attended the event and shares with us the high points as well as the noise of the weekend.
Here at Alva's annual Cruise and Car Show, visitors enjoyed viewing cars along with other things.
Car Show was kicked off Friday night with a cookout and the Big Cruise. Early Saturday morning, people began showing up ready for good food, entertainment, and the car show. Also that day, there was a burnout contest and the Pinewood Derby. The car show includes walking around and looking at different models of cars and also motorcycles. Owners were also around to answer any questions that the people may have had. Later Saturday afternoon, the Little Miss and Junior Miss Cruise and Car Show pageant took place in the middle of the town square and hosted several young ladies in a formal dress, on-stage question, and an optional talent portion. Winners were Chloe Durkee and Lainey Stewart. The Cruise and Car Show is a great place to take the kids to enjoy themselves and have some fun. Chloe Durkee, Little Miss Cruise and Car Show, told us what her favorite part of winning was.
A crown and trophy.
Be sure to check it out next year. For Channel 7 News, I'm Megan Mayhall.
Thanks, Megan. For more information on next year's car show, contact the Alva Chamber of Commerce at 327-1647. Like most people, you are probably dreading the thought of getting the flu. Well, the Woods County Health Department announced today that its seasonal flu vaccine clinic schedule. The clinic will give vaccines from today until October 7th. Walk-ins are welcome from 8 until 11:30 each morning and then again in the afternoon from 1 to 4:30. Following this week, flu shots will continue by appointment on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays of every week until the vaccine is gone. The shot is recommended for everyone 6 months of age and older.
Take one.
A special attraction this year, Alva's High School Homecoming. The game ball for the football game will be delivered by an Air Evac helicopter. Air Evac comes with a special fundraising offer for the Black and Gold Boosters. Air Evac will donate $10 to the boosters for each family member that signs up for Air Evac service during the game. The game starts at 7:30 this Friday at Ranger Stadium. Air Evac is the largest independently owned air ambulance service in the country and was one of the first air ambulance services in the country to offer a membership program. Northwestern's Fall Blood Drive will be taking place on October 5th and 6th. The drive will be held from 9 each morning until 4 in the Ranger Room. 7 News reporter Chelsea Adams is here in the studio with the person on Northwestern's campus responsible for planning the event. Chelsea?
Thank you, Shailene. Here with me I have Sports Events Coordinator Rachel Stewart. Rachel, I understand this is your first year at Northwestern and your first year to be in charge of the blood drive. So just kind of explain to me some of the things that took place in trying to get ready for this blood drive this year.
Absolutely. Again, it's my first year on campus, and so it's kind of a learning process for me as well. But I know that many flyers had to be placed. We're doing announcements via email. We're going to have a text message campaign. There's just many, many steps. We'll be placing more signs out the morning of the drive and also calling donors to see if they're willing to help out.
That's awesome. Okay, so sign-ups. Are donors encouraged to sign up before they go and donate blood, or can they just show up?
Absolutely. I encourage people to sign up because appointments that are made prior to the drive will be taken at first. And then anybody who just walks in will be kind of held until the appointments have been filled. So, and you can sign up at the cafe in the Coronado Hall or in the Student Center.
Okay. What are some of the goals that you had set for this blood drive this year? Is there any records that you're trying to break or any certain goals that you're trying to meet?
Absolutely. The record is 402 donors, and the President's Leadership class is currently sponsoring this drive, and so it's our goal to get 403 or more, so we certainly want to do that.
That's awesome. Okay, so I keep seeing all these posters of Bradley Gilbert. Kind of tell me a little bit about his situation.
Absolutely. Bradley's a 2007 graduate from Northwestern. He's a Mass Comm major. And he's been battling leukemia for approximately 4 years. And just recently he was scheduled to take his last maintenance pill when the doctors discovered the leukemia was back. So the Oklahoma Blood Institute has approved that this will be a credit to patient drive. So everything that is donated the next 2 days will benefit Bradley directly. So it's really important for everybody to come out.
That's really awesome. I noticed that on some of the posters it said every donor receives a free t-shirt. Are there any other prizes or anything that you guys are doing to kind of bring people to the blood drive this year?
Absolutely. Our local merchants are amazing around town. We have Sonic gift cards, we have Taco Village gift certificates, we have 5 free tans and tanning lotion from the Exotic Heat Wave. We have 3 gift bags from Bella's out of Woodward. We also have a $20 gas card and just several other things such as t-shirts and an umbrella. We're hoping it rains one of these days, so somebody can use that umbrella.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Rachel.
Thank you.
And we hope that you guys join us at the blood drive this week in support for Bradley Gilbert and actually for the PLC class as well. Back to you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Make sure to head to the Ranger Room to do your part and donate blood this week. Many of you may have noticed murals on the sides of many of the buildings in Alva. Recently, a new mural was finished. Earlier this week, our own Shailene Jones went to learn more about mural paintings.
Whether it's new street signs, new crosswalks, or adding a new building downtown, Alva is always looking for ways to improve itself. Now let me tell you about the new splash of color Alva recently added right off the boulevard.
With the completion of this mural, this makes a total of 23 murals in Alva. Several things coming up on campus that you will want to keep in mind.
Keep it here. A look at upcoming events when we return.
I wouldn't have been at this ceremony if I hadn't been at this ceremony first. Unfortunately, nearly 30% of U.S. high school students aren't making it to graduation, and every one of us, every parent, every friend, and neighbor has the responsibility to provide the support and encouragement they need to make it through. Because we all need to see a lot more of these pictures.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darks there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live United for Education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
Did you know that getting up and getting active for just 60 minutes a day is all it takes to help you get stronger, look better, and feel great?
Or that fresh fruits and veggies aren't just healthier and crunchier, they can taste better too?
Eating better and getting more active is easier than you think.
Yeah! Keep watching for some fun and easy ways to discover the magic of healthy living in your life.
America.
Let's get healthy together!
In the fast-paced world we live in, you deserve to get your news when and how you want it.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
7 News, the Northwestern News, and RangerPulse.com. Bringing you the news any way you want it.
For those of you that are preparing to graduate, you will want to listen up. The Fall Career and Internship will be held in the Student Center Ballroom this coming Wednesday, October 12th. Stop by between 10 and 1 to visit with potential employers.
Also, the Heartland Best Mall Day will be held a week from Saturday. This will be held in the Percival Fieldhouse from 10 to 2.
And finally, it is not too late to start planning for fall break. Fall break at Northwestern and at all Alva public schools will be observed on October 20th and 21st. Have you girls made plans for fall break yet?
Well, I'm just going to go home and see my family. I haven't been home for a really long time.
I'm doing the exact same thing and go work some hours and get get some money.
I'm going to take rest. That's all I need.
So get from all the schoolwork and all that homework and everything.
Take a break.
This is going to do it for us today. Remember, we are always online at rangerpulse.com.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week.